Hello, this is Mr. Painter with another fabulous IXL tutorial. Today we're going to work on IXL D.2, evaluate exponents. So this is where we're going to take our exponents and actually come up with a value. All right, let's go ahead and get started on this one. All right, now when we're talking about a 4 to the third power, what that means is we got 4 times 4 times 4 3 times. So the exponent represents the number of times the base occurs. So because we got 4 times 4 times 4, you can take it one step at a time and say 4 times 4 is 16. And then you got the last 4 here. And 16 times 4, let me see, double 16 is 32, and double 32 takes us to 64. So 4 to the third power is going to give us a total of 64. So what we're doing is we're just taking the exponent and multiplying that number by the number of times the exponent occurs. All right, we got 4 to the second power. Go ahead and clear our screen. So 4 to the second power is 4 times 4. And 4 times 4 is a total of 16. So we're going to go ahead and put in 16. Next, we got 7 times 7. And 7 times 7, because it's 2 7s, occurs like that. And I put 2 in there. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and fix that and do a better job on that. So we got 7 times 7 because it's 7 to the second power. And 7 to the 7 is 40. You guessed it, 49. So we're going to go 49 here. All right, next up, we got 5 to the second power. 5 to the second power is 5 times 5. And 5 times 5 is 25. So we're going to go ahead and put in 25. All right, now they're going to use some vocabulary. Instead of giving us the number is going to be written in a sentence. So the sentence says, what is 6 to the power of 1? Well, 6 to the power of 1 looks like that right there. So 6 to the power of 1 means 1/6, which means 6. So anything to the power of 1 is the original base number, which is the 6. All right, now we got 8 to the second power. 8 to the second power is 8 times 8, and 8 times 8 is 64. So we're going to go ahead and use 64. We got 10 raised to the power of 3. So 10 to the third power. And 10 to the third power is 10 times 10 times 10. And when you multiply by tens, you can take 1 times 1 times 1, give you 1. And because you have 1, 2, and 3 zeros, 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. So we're going to go ahead and plug in 1,000. We got 3 to the second power. 3 to the second power is going to be 3 times 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. So we're going to go ahead and plug in 9. And we got 9 to the first power. And remember, 9 to the first power is the original base number. It means 1 9. So we have a 9. And 17 to the first power means we have 117. So 17 to the first power must be equal to 17. 13 raised to the power of 1. Well, it is making us really nice on us. Is 13. And now we're going to get challenged a little bit. This actually goes back to the very first problem we did. So we got 4 to the fourth power. It looked familiar. So now we got 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. And breaking it down, we got 4 times 4 is 16. Bring down the 4. Bring down the last 4. So now we got 16 times 4 times 4. So we know from the first problem, 16 times 4 is 64. But we still have one more 4 to go. So here, because I don't know 64 times 4, we're going to do 64 times 4. We'll just multiply it out. We got 4 times 4 is 16. Carry the 1. 4 times 6 is 24 plus 1 is 25. So therefore 256 will be our 4 to the 4th power. We got 2 raised to the power 8. Oh, this one's a fun one. So 2 raised to the power 8 looks like that. So 8, 2. So we got 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. We're at 6, right? Times 2, 7. Times 2 is 8. All right, here we go. 2 times 2 is 4. We're going to bring down another 2. So we got 4 times 2 is 8. I'm going to cross these out as I go. Now we got 8 times 2. 8 times 2 is 16. That 2 is done. Bring down the next 2. 16 times 2 is 32. That 2 is done. Bring down the next one. So I got 32 times 2 is 64. That 2 is done. Bring down the next one. 64 times 2 is 128. And the last 2 is the problem we just did. Is 128 times 2 actually goes back to 256. So believe it or not, 2 to the 8th power is also the same thing as 4 to the 4th power. So 256 it shall be. 256. And looks like our last problem, we got 8 raised to the 5th power. This one's going to be a doozy. They're always going to challenge us on the last one. We got 8 to the 5th, which is 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 times 8. Oh boy. Well, 8 times 8 is going to be 64. Bring down the next 8. 64 times 8. Oh boy. We got to do this 3 times. Won't be too bad though. 8 times 4 is going to be 32. So 2 carried the 3. 8 times 6 is 48. 49, 50, 51. So I got 512. That takes care of that 8. Bring down the next one. So now I got 512 times 8. So we got 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. And 5 times 8 is 40. So now I got 4,096. Carry down that last 8. And multiply that by 8. So 6 times 8 is 48. Carry the 4. 8 times 9 is 72 plus 4. 73, 74, 75, 76. Carry the 7. 8 times 0 is 0. Oh, we got a break on that one. Bring down the 7. And 8 times 4 is going to be 32. So it looks like we got 32,768. Now that we got our answer, we're going to go ahead and carefully plug it in. So I got 32,768. Again, just plug it in very carefully. So 32,768. So you plug it in wrong, you get your answer wrong, and therefore you'd be unhappy. But in this case, we got a smart score of 81, which means this concludes this fabulous IXL tutorial for D2 Evaluate Exponents. Have a fabulous day.